Thank you so much, Mr. President, for the privilege to ask you a question. My name is Clever. My surname is Light. I'm Nigerian, Africa's largest economy, and I speak English. We're colonized by the British. I am the president of King of Kings Integrated Limited, and also...
ФРГ почему говорят на английском? Они не были вроде как...
Why are they speaking German in Germany? They were not a colony.
Limited. We deal on international trade and also a government contracting firm. My question, Mr. President, we've seen recently a significant increase in Russia's foreign policy contact in Africa. I would love to know, Mr. President, what are these contacts for? What are they about? And also I want to know, what does Russia stand to achieve from these cooperations with these African contacts? Also, how far have you achieved these goals and objectives in Africa? And what do you think about the response from your contact in Africa? And lastly, I want to say, Africa is with you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Спасибо большое.
Thank you very much.
Спасибо.
Thank you.
Особенно за последнее замечание.
Well, in particular for the final part of your statement, for the final comment, as regards Nigeria, it's one of the biggest economies, rapidly developing, with very good prospects in Nigeria. So the economy has been diversifying, and we welcome that. We are happy for you, and we are sure your country will develop equally rapidly in future. As regards the growth in bilateral trade, I just repeat what I said before. The African continent has a lot of promise in terms of development. You know about all the problems existent in Africa, but the prospects are brilliant, and these are not our opinions and assessments. They belong to the global expert community, including the Western experts. Many friends of mine from Germany and other European nations tell me that they also want to enter the African continent and be more active there. The urbanization level and rates there are lower than the global ones. The global one stands at 65. In Russia, the urbanization rate is 75, as well as in Asia. And the urbanization will keep growing. The pace of population increase in Africa are huge. So they will catch up in terms of living standards because of that rapid growth, and modern means of economic activities will be applied, and tools and technological solutions will be applied. This definitely will guarantee the natural basis for our cooperation with Africa. And besides, apart from other things, Africa geographically is remote, but is very close to us in spirit, because very courageous, free-loving nations live in Africa that cherish their sovereignty and want to maintain it, and will take decisions and make decisions building on their own interests. And Africa is a reliable partner in this respect, and we have a lot in common with Africa and African people. Just recall the emancipation and the struggle for independence. There was not a single thing that divided us with the peoples of Africa, but still we have a lot of things that unite us, and we rejoice over the prospects of the development of African continent. We'll do our utmost to raise the level of interaction. The trade is not as great as we want it to be, around 25 billion USD, but the prospects are upbeat. And actually, we know
двух форумах,
that
проводились на высшем уровне,
2 summits were held
чувствовали настрой африканских руководителей, лидеров.
with African. We felt the attitudes and the resolve of the African leaders. They haven't been begging or asking anything from us. They just speak of mutually advantageous cooperation that should be established, and we will act in this vein. We will come up with new
Специальный фонд
tools now, a special
с африканскими
foundation to develop cooperation with Africa will be established. I'm sure that both bilaterally and working with different African integration groups, we will step up our efforts and our work. I am sure the result will be good.
Thank you very much. Next question, please.